Two presidents, two superpowers, but only one can claim the crown for ultimate wealth. On one side, you've got Donald Trump, a real estate mogul, media firestarter, and now, once again, President of the United States. And his net worth? Let's just say, it makes the national debt look like pocket change. On the other side, Xi Jinping, China's all-powerful leader. Officially speaking, he makes less than your average Starbucks manager. But unofficially, there's a river of hidden billions flowing behind the red curtain. So, who's the real heavyweight of global wealth? Let's take a closer look at the reality and find out. Donald Trump, America's billionaire-in-chief. Trump isn't just a politician, he's a walking, talking brand. As of 2025, Forbes had him sitting on a jaw-dropping $4.9 billion fortune. Yep, the guy who once got roasted for peddling steaks and bottled water is now worth nearly $5 billion. Who knew the man handing out pink slips would soon be cashing billion-dollar checks? So, the real question is, how'd he get here? Well, first of all, there's the Trump Organization. It's the family-run empire that includes everything from golf courses to swanky hotels, golden enough to make Midas jealous. Then, there's his media ventures. Remember Truth Social? That Twitter knockoff? Well, it's printing money for Trump on a regular basis. Ever since it went public via a SPAC merger, Trump's stake in the company added hundreds of millions to his net worth, overnight. But Trump didn't ride a social media wave like Hawk Tuah or the Rizzler. He's hustled hard for his net worth even during the Biden administration. Branded books, stadium-sized speaking gigs, campaign rallies doubled up as merch booths. If it has Trump's name on it, it's printing money. Conservative influencers, cable deals, NFTs, and even licensing his name like it's a supreme drop. Trump's the best at turning controversy into cold, hard cash. It's not been all plain sailing, though. Back in 2016, his net worth actually took a serious hit. Falling from $4.5 billion to $2.5 billion, Trump went through some real estate struggles, political fallout, and potentially millions in legal fees. But his 2024 comeback was nothing smaller than total financial resurrection. His base doubled down, investors piled in, and he was back on his perch. Of course, not all of that money is liquid. Much of it's tied up in businesses, properties, and quite a few legal defense funds. But if Trump ever needed it liquid, all he needs to do is auction off a couple of buildings and still be left with enough to buy thousands of gold golf carts and a Manhattan skyscraper with change to spare. So, yeah, Trump's controversial. He's loud and a meme machine, but broke? Don't even joke about it. Now let's shift our focus to the man who really runs the East, Xi Jinping, China's president, the boss of the Communist Party, and head of military. More titles than a royal family tree. Somehow, in official terms, Jinping earns a humble $22,000 a year. That's probably less than what Trump spends on hairspray. But don't let that modest paycheck fool you. Xi Jinping may not show up on Forbes' billionaires list, but that's because he doesn't need to be on it. His real wealth is all buried deep under layers of shell companies, layers of proxies, and state-approved silence. There was a bombshell investigation that traced over $244 million in assets to Xi's extended family. This included a stake in a massive property investment firm called Shenzhen Yuanwei, and if you adjust it to today's economy, it comes to about $334 million. And that's just one holding company. Whispers inside Beijing suggest Jinping's total unofficial net worth could easily be over $1.5 billion. But honestly, no one can say for sure. At the end of the day, that is the power move. Not flaunting your wealth, but hiding it so well that even the CIA can't quite figure it out. China's culture is very different to the US. Jinping, unlike Trump, doesn't need his name in lights or on gold-plated buildings. He flexes his power with control. When you're the leader of a one-party state, you don't have to own the palace. You just need to make sure no one else can enter it. Ultimately, Xi's influence isn't measured in dollars. It's in shadow holdings, backdoor deals, and a financial system built to keep things murky. His family, buddies, and in-laws get to sit on boards, hold assets, and sign contracts worth hundreds of millions. Coincidence? Sure, pandas fly. Transparency is a Western problem as far as China is concerned. Asking the wrong question could land you in a prison cell or make you disappear forever. In fact, if you're visibly rich in China, you could get purged. The Communist Party doesn't mind if you're wealthy, as long as you don't flaunt it. Because boy, if your fortune outshines the system, you're not powerful. You're a threat. No wonder Xi keeps it quiet. No bling, no bragging, just absolute control. The true riches: influence, power, control. So, Trump's got a bigger bank account, that's clear. He's got golf resorts, skyscrapers, NFTs, branded sneakers, and the lot. Xi, maybe around $1.5 billion. Could be more, could definitely be less. But here's the plot twist. Power doesn't always show up in your net worth. While Trump controls companies, Xi controls a country. And not just any country. It's a state home to more than 1.4 billion people. Trump can fire a contestant on TV while Xi can shut down entire tech sectors with a stroke of a pen. Trump's got fans and followers. Xi's got those 1.4 billion people living under a system where his word is law. We're talking about a guy who literally eliminated terms just so he could stay in power. Indefinitely. Money can't buy you that. Trust us, Trump's tried it. Don't get us wrong, Trump's influence is undeniable too. He's a media magnet. His rallies turn into arenas of adoration, and his merchandise brings in numbers as good as Taylor Swift. Trump's name alone can launch or crush a business. He doesn't just play the game. He is the game when it comes to American politics. But it's no match for Xi's power. Jinping's got a chokehold on China. Chilling, unshakable. He doesn't need to yell into a microphone because he owns the sound system. His decisions can influence the global economy, and when he bans a rare earth export or cracks down on billionaires, Wall Street trembles. Simply put, when Trump tweets, he trends. When Xi moves, markets crash. So, let's circle back. Who's richer? If you're counting dollars in a spreadsheet, Trump wins. But if you're counting control, influence, and the ability to influence global politics and economy, Xi is in a league of his own. Think about it. If Trump loses an election, he's out. He'll be just another ex-president. But Xi, he can't be voted out. There are no term limits. No opposition strong enough to remove him. Trump might be a billionaire, but Xi is the closest thing to a king in the modern world. Ultimately, you get to decide the winner. Is it going to be the flashy billionaire or the silent ruler? One buys power, the other is power. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned as we bring you more wealthy secrets.